1.
Hello, this is Craig Proctor, and welcome to the Craig Proctor Real Estate Show. Today, it's my pleasure to interview Nicholas and Amber Judd from the greater Sacramento area. Hey, guys, how you doing today?
Oh, we're doing great.
Hey, Craig, doing great.
Great. Your home sold guaranteed realty brokerage. Welcome aboard. Awesome name for your brokerage there. I know you guys have had incredible success. And it's interesting, your background, how Nicholas got into real estate first. And Amber, you were actually a pharmacist before you got into real estate, supporting Nicholas, watching him, get into this crazy real estate business. So you spent a lot of time training to be a pharmacist. What was it that attracted you to, after all that commitment and training and hard work to be a pharmacist, to leave all of that and get into real estate with Nicholas?
Well, I would say just the potential for more, for growth, and for what it means for our family.
I thought you were going to say just to hang out with Nicholas more. Yeah. But the money's nice too. And yeah. Nicholas, how did you get into real estate? Like, what was your background before you got into becoming a realtor?
For a long story, I guess I actually was headed to pharmacy school, and then had a skiing accident one Saturday, which left me halfway through the season with nothing to do. But I went to a real estate investing seminar, which got me investing in real estate a little bit. Had a little success, but I really enjoyed just the whole process of it. So I switched from being strictly an investor and got my real estate license while Amber went to pharmacy school. Cool.
All right. So you get into real estate. What was that like in the beginning? And how did that change when you became part of the Craig Proctor system? Like, what were you doing initially as a realtor? And you've had just like tremendous success. Talk to us about the paradigm shifts.
Yeah, that's a good. Well, I got into real estate. It was late 2005. So if you guys remember back then, 2005 was kind of the end of the boom.
Yeah, you must have been thinking this is easy. Prices are going up. Everyone's buying houses.
Absolutely did. It was what we call order taking, right? What do you want? Okay, good. Well, let's go to this new house, sign you up, and then a year and a half later, it all started to tumble and crash, and we went from, hey, this is easy, to this is hard. I had moments where I went, well, I made a mistake. I should go do something else. I should go back to pharmacy. And we did.
Hey, well, the fact that you lived through that type of, great recession and were able to survive that, you can survive anything.
I remember we actually got pulled in from the IRS for an audit because I had more deductions than money I made because of that year. And I thought they couldn't figure out how I did that. I'm like, look at my savings. I have no more savings. But we survived, and we at that time things started to come back, slowly got better, and got a little success. Eventually got an assistant, and I thought I was doing amazing. And a year and a half later, it imploded. Right, the assistant determined this business was more hers than mine, and I had to let her go. And I decided this is ridiculous. I'm out. I'm going to be a solo agent the rest of my life.
So you're thinking this whole team thing doesn't work. I'm the only person I can count on.
Yep.
The heck with the team. I'll just go back to doing everything myself.
Absolutely.
And then what changed? Why did you now you've got a successful team, you've got your own company. What caused that change in thinking?
Well, two things. One, went to a half-day seminar with good old James McDonald.
Okay, so that's our free, we call that a Craig Proctor Discovery Day. Yep. It's free, so you go check us out. And what happens?
James talks about a business that runs by referral only. He said, name me one big business that works off of that. No, crickets, right? No one says anything. And then he starts, McDonald's serves 1 billion people. They don't work by referral only. I went, okay, I got to do something. If I want to get bigger, I got to do something different.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's the same epiphany I had when I got into real estate. Like, well, go knock on doors, go do open houses, do by referral. And I realized if I wanted to get super successful as a realtor, I had to learn how to do business with strangers, right? Like if I want to be successful, I can't be just relying on people I know or people they know. So after that half day, you obviously came to one of our conferences, you joined coaching, and you started moving up the Craig Proctor value ladder. How long did that take you to get right to the top of the ladder where now you own a Craig Proctor brokerage?
You want to talk to that?
I'm sure I can. We actually went pretty quick. So we started with our first coach, Brett Sarin, in the beginning of 2019.
Yep.
I think by May of that year, we advanced to platinum. Just the small successes or big successes we had just led us to just release any doubt that we had about or hesitations to move forward. And
you know, that Amber, that's really the great thing about coming to the conferences and meeting hundreds of people that are doing the thing that you do, that you want to do, because it gives great social proof. And plus, when you get to know them well, you start to realize, well, hang on a second, this person's no different than I am. And this person over here, I'm friends with them. I've got to know them quite well. And they're all doing the things that I want to do. So I think not just seeing that vision, but becoming very familiar with hundreds of people that are doing the thing that you want to do. Not only do they share and help you with what they're doing, but having a vision that you actually believe in, you know, like you've got conviction, goes a long, long way. And you guys, you've advanced quickly. You're as Todd Walters would say, you're all in, you're not nibbling around the edges. What does your business look like today?
So today we have a team of 4 agents. We have an admin, an ISA, so I guess it's 4 OSAs, an ISA, and then we have a part-time marketing director right now. So we're working on getting them into a full-time position, and then growth is what we're shooting for.
Yep.
So you've come a long way, Nick. You've come from this whole team thing is more hassle than it's worth to now really delegating the bulk of what needs to be done. So you've really become skilled at how to recruit and train and manage people, because that's how you're going to get to that next level and exponentially grow your company. Why is it that a realtor should come in and work with you? If I'm in the you service it's a greater Sacramento area, so it's Lincoln, Rockland. If I'm a realtor in your area, I know about you, I've heard you, I might like be wondering, what are these guys doing? Why would a realtor in your marketplace, why would they be attracted to this? How would they benefit from coming to work with you versus trying to compete against you?
Well, like I was talking about before, when I set up my first team, I didn't know how to do that. And you always talk about this being somewhat of a franchise in just plug and play. So that's what changed, is I went from making it up, trying to figure it out on my own, to rubbing shoulders with giants who've already done it like yourself. And now I know how to do it. And if I have a question, I go to the manuals. All right, here's what we need to do at this position. This is how we do it. And this is how I work with them. This is how I train them. We have trainings all the time now. So every week we're doing a couple of trainings on our systems, our processes. So if they'd like to shorten that learning curve, you can just come work with me where I've already done it.
Right. So the training that you provide is huge and definitely lacking in the industry. And we're not talking motivational training. We're talking about like how to do it and make a lot of money. But you also provide for your inside sales agents. You provide them a steady stream of leads. They don't have to do any cold calling, door knocking. They don't have to do any of that. And for the outside sales agents, that's a really sweet deal because they just go to appointments, right? They don't have to make their appointments. You're making the appointments. You're in charge of the marketing. The leads are going to the inside sales department. The inside sales department are calling the leads, qualifying the buyers and sellers, and setting up the best prospects on listing and buyer appointments that your outside sales agents go out to. And the training's provided for your outside sales agents. So all they have to do is use your awesome listing and buyer presentation. So, if you're in the greater Sacramento area and you want to make more money, like net in your pocket, let Nicholas and Amber, they've already figured out, let them spend the money on marketing and advertising. Let them train you to be a superstar so you can make as much money as you can make and keep it, right? Like That's the great thing about being an outside sales agent on your team is they're not worried about the marketing expenses or all of the administrative. They have to just focus on one thing, which is going out to these awesome appointments, listing appointments and buyer appointments that are set up, show up, do exactly what they're trained to do, and they will also make more money in less time. So it's not just that you're making more money as a company, but everyone on the team benefits because of the structure and the training. And that's why people are attracted to joining your team. That's why they stay. Now, the thing, anything else you want to touch on there?
I was just going to add a success story to that. It goes right along with it. So in conjunction with going to Anaheim this last week for the conference, we brought a member of our team, and he shared with us, we haven't realized it, but since he started full-time with us in March, he has had his own quantum leap, which we learn about quantum leaps through the awesome Craig Proctor system. And we're always shooting to get that quantum leap, right? That increase in business. And so not only are we trying for a quantum leap within our business, but we get to be a part of a quantum leap for our agents. And just to hear him talk about that and what that means for him and his family was just a great moment to be a part of. So
that's the thing is when you're building this, obviously you become extremely successful, but everyone around you on your team is also being more successful and enjoying what they do because they're able to focus on the parts of the job. Like as an outside sales agent, I just want to go meet with buyers and sellers. I just want to be witnessing signatures all day long. And that's what you enable agents in the Sacramento area to do when they join up with you is just focus on making money, so they can provide a higher standard of living for their family. But let's not forget the clients, because every time you beat out another realtor and you take that client on, you're giving them better service because of this team approach and this systematic approach. That's the way I always felt. By the way, if I lost a listing to another agent, so I lost the commission on that, but I also, the customer, lost out on the opportunity to come and work with us and get better results and get better service. So let's touch on customer care, because at the end of our interview today, Nicholas and Amber have put together a free handout, a bonus, which we'll go through here in a minute. And you can download, we'll put it in the comments when we're towards the end of this interview. But it's about organizing the customer care, the communication, what should happen in a perfect world. And I stress perfect world because early in my career, it had to be a perfect world for everything to happen the way it was supposed to happen when I didn't have a system, right? And when I only had 2 or 3 clients, that was easy because I can keep everything that should happen, should be going on in my head. But as your business starts to expand, and I've got 20 clients and 50 clients and 100 clients, you have to have systems in place to make sure that every client has this amazing experience. So let's talk about that. Who created your customer care program? Was that both of you working together and just trial and error and figuring this out, or was that something that one of you grabbed onto and ran with?
So a combination of both, I guess. I'm a driver, right? So I'm the disc profile, so I go, but I always like to give things to my clients to make them feel good. And like you were talking about, without a system, I was fantastic with a few clients, and it would fall apart. And then Amber on the other side is amazing at checklists and organization. So if you can see my desk,
see, that's the pharmacist right there. That's the pharmacist, right?
Exactly.
You can't mess up on the prescription, right? So
absolutely. Where I jump, from step one to jump to step 10, where close the deal, she fills in the rest of the remaining numbers. So it was a combination of what we were doing, what we wanted to do, and then making sure that it got done by systemizing it.
Okay, so you guys really complement each other at work. You have different skill sets. Okay, so Nick, you said every once in a while, you remember everything that you need to do, and the client has an amazing experience. So I can imagine you're saying to Amber one day, okay, but we have to, have a system for this. So every client, every step of the way is mapped out, which Amber, with your training, would make perfect sense. So you put together a checklist of what should happen. Not in a perfect world, what should happen, it actually happens. Yep. How many of you watching this right now, that you have raving fans, and then you have other clients that aren't as satisfied, and you can do better. And one of the things that we did with our team, every time we had a closing, actually, as soon as the transaction became firm, all the conditions were removed, we sent them out a survey, and we would actually get the surveys back and do something with them. We would actually read the surveys, and if they were extremely happy, we're thinking, okay, we have a raving fan here. So in our team meetings, we're like, what the heck did we do here to create this raving fan? Let's dissect this. Why? So we can duplicate it over and over again. What can we learn? What do we do so right here that we can duplicate over and over again? And then the opposite was true, right? Every once in a while, we'd have someone that wasn't happy. And I learned a lot from those surveys, because sometimes I'd look at it and I go, you know what? We really did drop the ball here. Like what? And then we talk about this in the team meetings, like, how can we make some changes here to avoid whatever happened here from happening again, right? Sometimes, you've got some grumblers, and you look at it and go, well, I think I did a pretty good job. You're not going to make everybody happy, but to ignore, negative comments is foolish. So I would recommend that everybody surveys your clients and actually do something. Don't just, high five yourself if you get a good one. And if it's a grumbler, throw it in the garbage. Actually learn. And that's how we perfected our system, because a raving fan is somebody that's going to send you 5 or 10 or 15 referrals. So we want to make sure we're doing whatever we can to, make that happen. And then, of course, somebody that's negative, at a minimum, I'm going to call that client and try to at least neutralize them, because somebody who's negative on your business is like an anti-referral, right? They're running around telling people not to use you. So let's have Faith here, our assistant, pull up the client care document, and this will be we'll have a link towards the end of the interview, so everybody can download this. Thank you, Faith. And then Nick and Amber, I'll have you just go through this. There's the name of the company you can see. Love that logo. Your home sold, guaranteed Realty. Our name is our promise. So every realtor, promises to sell your house or talks about selling your house. But how many actually give the seller an upfront written guarantee in writing? That's the name of the game here, is actually making guarantees that your competitors don't make or can't make. So let's go through the client care program. Just quickly go through it. We're going to allow everyone to download this when we're done, so they can grab it, so we don't have to read it. But just give us the idea behind our checklist here.
Okay. So the idea really is to make sure they have a great experience throughout the whole process. And besides the normal touches of, when is earnest money due, when are inspections need to be done, and all that other stuff that comes along with the process of buying and selling, we wanted the feel good touches. So I'll hit a few of these, and then we'll let Amber hit a few and call it good. But the first couple are really just a simple thank you note. I mean, everybody gets emails these days that we just quickly throw into the trash and don't even read. But when's the last time you gotten a handwritten thank you note of, hey, thanks for meeting with us? And just spending that quick 5 minutes. It's really easy. My assistant puts them on my desk. I write it out. In fact, even sometimes she just writes out what she thinks I would say, and I just sign it and we mail it out. But it definitely is a nice personal touch.
Very nice. Okay, so handwritten personal note, that does stand out. Hardly anybody does it. So that's the key, is to, really, you've heard us say this so many times, Nick and Amber, it's just easier to be different than it is to be better. So that's a great standout right there. Nice personal touch, the personal letter to every client. All right, what's next?
Right at the beginning of the process with our buyers and sellers, we wanted to give just something, and it's not a lot, but I actually have an example here. This is one of the reusable bags like we use now for grocery shopping. And
So remember, we're in
everything.
California, so they charge us for grocery bags.
Yeah. So
Yeah, same thing here.
so anyways, right now we give this at the beginning of the process. So we have a bag and we have a pen, just a reminder of, hey, this is who we are. And we just love the idea of being able to give, little things along the way. Another one of our favorite parts, we have an awesome client care coordinator right now, and she builds these beautiful baskets. And one of the fun things with her is she calls it Facebook stalking, but she really gets to know our clients on a level that she's able to personalize these baskets. And it's great to have a person on your team that has that skill set, because she just blows it out of the water. I mean, she takes little details from stories with our agents. She'll take it and turn it into a gift. One of the fun ones recently was, Nic will have to help me with the story because I don't remember exactly, but there was a client, the house they were looking at had a jar of Oreos, right? Yeah. So I guess it's a thing.
Kardashian cookie jar.
Yeah.
What they call it.
Anyways, they commented on this jar of Oreos that were in the house when they showed the property, and
let's say caught it.
Yeah.
Talked to our client care coordinator, and we had that put together, 2 different styles of it, and were delivered at the time of close.
Yeah.
Nice touch.
So
just fun little touches like that I think make a difference for the client, and they're just really fun. It's a fun thing to be able to do. I think that the next thing one of the best things about this whole process is the success stories that come because of the system that we have set up. And then, like you talked about doing the surveys, what we're able to do with the reviews that we get, the text messages that we get after these gifts are given along the way is just, it's fun, and we can share it. And that becomes the next referral and the next review. And it just cascades and continues. We had
I want to know what you guys are doing to get 5-star reviews. Hey, Faith, we can go back to full screen here because I want to see them, but we'll keep going down this list. Okay, that's better. Okay, so you guys really personalize everything you do to every client, obviously. How do you make sure that you're getting referrals? How you program them for referrals, and how you're getting these 5-star reviews?
A good question. So the best way that we do it is in our listing presentation, we're talking about our Worthy Cause program. And that's something we learned straight from you, right? It's out of the books. And the Worthy Cause program is that we are passionate with a couple of charity companies. Well, one is the Salt Mine, which is a small food bank in our local town. They help feed the hungry, the homeless every Saturday. We've been able to take our kids there and hand out the food. So we're making sure that we're talking about these reasons that they should refer us, that, as we've learned through you, aren't self-motivating. My greatest compliment is a referral. No. Our greatest compliment is that we get to give back to our community. And if you want to give back with us, just refer somebody, and we're going to make a nice sizable donation to those. We will allow them to actually choose a charitable donation, or we use, like I said, Salt Mine for us, Gigi's Playhouse, and a couple other Christian organizations that we do donate to. So that's one way that we're telling them, if you refer, it's not only good for the people you refer to us, because they're going to get the same 5-star service, but we're also going to be giving away to help those in need as well.
I want to make sure every realtor watching this gets the point. Okay. So what we're talking about here with Worthy Cause marketing is, how many of you watching this sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable asking for referrals? Like it feels a bit self-serving, right? It's like, you know anybody. It's awkward, right? Because basically you're saying, in a way, give me money, right? So a nicer way to do this, instead of talking about, for no reason at all, can you can you help me make more money? Which is awkward. Instead, if you were able to say, hey, every time you refer somebody to me, we donate a portion of our commission to, and then plug in your worthy cause. And what we recommend that every realtor do is there's something like in your life that's touched you. So, what it is for Nick and Amber will be different than those of you watching, but many of you have been touched by, something in your life, right? It might be cancer, Heart and Stroke Foundation, could be homeless people like Nick and Amber. A lot of our members who are ex-military, it might be wounded warriors, right? So what is your worthy cause? Because if it's something you really believe in, it's really easy for you to talk about that, right? It's easier to talk about a cause that I really believe in rather than saying, hey, Nick and Amber, do you know anybody? Do you know anybody who wants to buy or sell? Or some of that terrible stuff they teach us in the industry. The biggest compliment you can give me is to send you a referral, as if the client's like looking around all day long, like, oh my God, I want to compliment Nick and Amber. Look, there are better ways to get referrals, and we program the clients for these referrals right at the beginning of the relationship and all the way through the relationship. Another mistake realtors make is they don't, number one, they don't ask for referrals. Number two, their referral offer is lame. It's like, give me money, right? Or how many of you do this? If you send me a referral, I'll give you a bottle of wine, or I'll give you some money, or I'll take you out for dinner. That's really like a trade, right? So what we're talking about, you'll feel better about it, and it works a lot better because it's something you actually believe in. It's your worthy cause. So we show you how to market that. And so if you're providing awesome service, which I know you are, you want to make sure that you understand how to leverage off that in a nice way, help your worthy cause, help the client with a great transaction, get lots of referrals, and then rinse and repeat, do it over and over again. Yep. So we have this client care list that we're going to have the link in the comments below. We won't go there. I want to see these guys, not the list. So you can download the list at the end of our interview. And by the way, if you have any questions at all for Nick and Amber, including like if you're a realtor in their area and you're intrigued by this, you've seen them and you're like, okay, maybe I don't want to spend 5 or 10 years figuring this out. Maybe I should just call Nick and Amber and have a conversation about partnering up with them in Lincoln, Rockland, and the greater Sacramento area. What would be the best way for realtors to reach out to you and have a conversation just to learn about your experience with Craig Proctor, or what you're doing in the Sacramento area to not only help your clients, but to help other realtors also leverage off of your success so they can have a better life in real estate?
Yeah, probably best is they can call me direct at 916-249-0601. They can also email me at nick@thejuddteam.com. The only weird thing about me is I don't spell my name with a K. So it's just nic@thejuddteam.com.
nic@thejuddteam.com. Well, look, guys, I want to thank you for doing this interview. And you guys are great advocates for the Craig Proctor system. Really appreciate you taking on your own Craig Proctor brokerage, your home sold guaranteed realty. Those watching us right now, you're going to see a lot of our brokerages opening up all over the United States and in Canada. So watch out, but you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is hang out with us, and we're happy to show you how to do that. Now, speaking of that, if you would like to have a free discovery call with me, I call it a breakthrough call, actually, free of charge, no obligation. You can jump on, and we'll do a Zoom with me or my team, and we'll have a conversation about where you are in your business right now. That's how Nick and Amber and everyone starts with me. It all starts out with a conversation. They come to one of our free events, or just jump on a Zoom call. This, I promise you, is not like a big sales pitch of any kind at all. What we would do is ask you a bunch of questions about how you're doing your business right now. And then we give you some suggestions on things that you could do that maybe are like different or better than what you're doing. So, if you have an open mind, we'll share with you what the top agents all over the country are doing. And at the end of our conversation, you can decide, hey, you know what? I like what I heard here today. I would like to work with Craig. I'd like to work with the Craig Proctor team on a longer term basis. Or if not, you can just walk away from our conversation with a lot of great information. So absolutely no downside. It's free of charge, no obligation to have a conversation. The thousands of realtors that I coach, it all started with a conversation. It all started with, us meeting, fate, whatever. We started with a conversation. And I've been doing this a long time, folks. I've been doing this for 25 years. I've created more millionaire agents than any other coach or trainer or guru. So come and spend 40 minutes with us. Okay, jump on a Zoom. Now, here's how you can book your meeting with me. It's really easy. It's proctorcall.com. So my name, Proctor, like in the background here, proctorcall.com. And you can pick a day and a time that works for you. And we'll have a quick conversation. And we'll see if we can take you up to the level of Nic and Amber. We all hang out at our conferences. We just got back from one in Anaheim, California. We've got Orlando, Florida coming up again in a few weeks. So we get together on a regular basis. It's very cool to be hanging out with agents that are making millions of dollars. Like these are folks that are successfully doing the thing that you want to do. So I hope you'll join us. I want to thank Nic and Amber for doing an awesome interview here today. Thank you so much. Yeah, guys, keep up the great work. Keep growing the business, growing the team. Again, if you're a realtor in the Sacramento area, don't be curious. You don't have to scratch your head. You don't have to have a creative bone in your body. Just reach out to these guys. Have a quick conversation. The conversation costs nothing, and see where it goes. And if you want to have a conversation with me, proctorcall.com. Thanks so much for watching this, everyone. Thanks for the great interview. That's it for today. Don't forget to download the client care download in the comments below. Thank you for watching, everybody. This is Craig Proctor. Thank you for watching the Craig Proctor.